Assalamu alaikum. Dear viewers, in this video we will discuss in detail about the function and uses of the different tools that are available in the home tab. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe for more informative videos. The different tools that are available in the home tabs are these. And this is the home is the first tab in the main menu bar. This is the main menu bar in which the home is the first one. This is then the insert, and then is the annotate, parametric, view, manage, output, add-ins, collaborate, express tools, feature depths, and this is the H creation. And you can also uh, hide the toolbars by using this button. So as you can see that now the tools bars has been disappeared, hidden. So we have to discuss the different tools in the first. This is the home tab. So there are different tools, and these tools are categorized in different categories. So these are tools are categorized in the draw tools. These tools has been categorized in the modify tools, and these are categorized in the annotation, and these are categorized as the tools associated with the layers. This is the block, and these are the tools associated with the properties of the line layers and edge properties, and these are the tools which are categorized in the groups, and these are the different tools which are categorized in the utilities tools, and these are the clipboard, and these are the view. And also you can customize these tools as per your desire. You can also customize, and this is the main window. And once you open the AutoCAD 2022 for the first time as a new drawing, so it will appear like this. As you can see, this is the workspace, and the workspace of the AutoCAD is limits of infinite. There are no limits in the AutoCAD drawing or in the workspace. In the AutoCAD workplace, the uh, uh, it's is infinite in the y-axis, in the x-axis, and the z-axis. This workspace, and this is the start, and from the start you can use your previous drawing, or you can open to new. So we have opened to a new drawing. So now we have to discuss the different tools. So in the home tab, in the draw category tools, the first one is the line. A line is a tool that is very commonly used in the drawing of any object or any shape. So line plays a very important role in drawing anything. So we have to know that how the line tool works. So if you want to draw a line, first you have to click on this tool. Once you click on the line tool, so in the command line it asks and requires to specify the first point. So now the cursor is active to draw to specify the first point for the line. So I want to click here as arbitrary. This is the first point. So now in the command line it asks to specify the next point for the line. So by default, by arbitrary, I want to click here is to be the next point, and then in the command line it requires to specify the next point. So I have to click here. I want to click. These are the I arbitrarily clicks on the points that so the line is being drawn, and you can finish the line command by by clicking the enter or by clicking on the escape buttons, or you can also end with the line command by right click and then click on the enter or cancel, so the line command will finish. So through this line command you can draw any your desired shape or object, and it plays a very important role in the AutoCAD drawing. So there are now I have to clean the workplace to draw and to move to the another tool and its functions. So I have to clear, so by I want to clear the workplace, this workspace. So by clicking from uh, right to left, so this is a green window, and if I move from left to right, this is the blue window. So the function of the green window is to select all those objects which has been only touched by this window. So if I click here, so the last lines segments has been touched by the green window, and I have to click enter. So all lines has been selected. So the function of this green window, it selects all those objects and lines if it only touch it, and the function of this blue window, which is from, if you are going to select from left to right, so it will only select those objects which is completely which has been completely covered by this window. So now I have to click, so at the rightmost the line segment has been not completely uh, covered by the blue window, and I want to enter. So although all those objects has been selected which has been completely covered by the uh, blue window, and this portion means the segment means the object has been not selected because it has not been completely covered by the blue window. So this is the main difference between the blue and green window, means by selecting from the right to left and selecting from left to right. So these two, by selecting from left to right or from right to left, these blue and green windows plays a very important role when working in some complex drawing. So now we proceed to the next tools that are available in the draw tools. In the home tab is the polyline. The main difference between the line and polyline, and I want to first click on the line. So by line, if you are working in the line command, so it will draw each segment as a separate object. This is separate, and this is separate. But in case of polyline, if you draw an object, So the different segments of the line in case of a polyline will act as a single object. So if I click on this portion of the polyline, so all the line has been selected, but in case of line, if I click on this segment, only this segment has been selected, and the remaining these are acting as separate objects. So this is the main difference between a line and a polyline. In line, so it acts as a separate object, but in case of polyline, the different portions, segments of the object or line is a single acting as a single object. So this is the main difference. To proceed to the next tool, this is the circle. So in the drop down menu, these are the different options to draw a circle depending on the inputs that you have. If you have the inputs of the center and radius and you want to draw a circle, so you will click on this option and will enter the center. In the command line, it was to specify the center point of circle. So by arbitrary I click here to be the center point of the circle. Now in the command line, it requires to specify the radius or diameter. So we have to provide the radius to the command line to draw the circle. So I want to write the radius is 5 and then enter. So the circle has been drawn. And to check its properties, so you can double click on the circle. So this small window will open which shows the detail of the circle, means its location in reference to this coordinate system, this x, and this is the origin. So in the x-axis shows the distance, in the y-axis it shows the distance from the origin, and it shows the radius that we have just entered now. Before this, to draw the circle, we have entered the radius of 5 and diameter is 10, circumference is this one, and the area is this much. So now we have to proceed to the next tools, which is the arc. To draw any type of arc as per your desire, and depending on in this drop down menu, these are the different options to draw the arc with a condition depends on the input. If you have the inputs of start, end, and angle, so you can use this option to draw a desired arc. And if you have the inputs like is the start, center, and end, so you can use this option of the arc to draw your desired arc. So I want to click on here, start, center, and end. So in the command line, it needs to specify the start point. So this is the start point. Now it requires the center point for the arc. So the cursor is active and wants the center to specify the center. So by arbitrary I click here, this is the center. Now in the command line, we have to specify the end point of the arc. So arbitrary I have to click here. The end is the end point for the arc. So this arc has been drawn, and to know about the detail of this arc, so we will double click. So this small window will open and will give the details of the arc. So we have to um, proceed to the next tool that are available in the draw tools. After the arc, the next tool is the to draw the rectangle or to draw polygon. By rectangle, it is simply by clicking on the rectangle. In the command line, it wants to specify the corner, first corner. So by arbitrary I click the first corner of the rectangle is this, and now it in the command line it was to specify the next corner of the rectangle. So by arbitrary I click here to be the next corner, so it has a rectangle. To know about the properties, so double click on the rectangle. So a small window will open and will show the properties of this rectangle, or you can click here and so by right click and go to the properties, so you can check the also the properties of the rectangle here. So these are the different details about the rectangle that we have drawn. By this way you can check the detail of the rectangle, and also you can draw a polygon by deleting the rectangle and click on the polygon. So in the command line it asks to enter the number of sides of the polygon, so I want to enter the number of sides of the polygon as 10 and then enter. Now in the command line it requires to specify the center point for the polygon, so by arbitrary I click here. Now in the command line we have to select the options for trying the polygon is to be inscribed or circumscribed. So I want to be, let's suppose it should be inscribed. Now in the command line it requires to specify the radius of the circle. So I want to be the radius of the circle is 15 and then enter. So this has been drawn, which is the polygon having 10 sides. So by this way you can draw any type of polygon as per your desire. So the next option in the next tool in the draw tools in the home tab is the ellipse. So in the drop down menu you can use the center to draw the ellipse, you can use the axis and end to draw the ellipse, and the third one is the elliptical arc. So these are the three options. Depending on your requirements you can draw your desired ellipse. And the next tool in the draw tools is the hedge, means the gradient. So in the drop down menu the first one is the hedge, the gradient and then the boundary. So it plays a very important role when working in some drawings. So it will be discussed in detail in the coming videos, and we will apply the hedge command to specify our desired thing in our drawing. So these were all the tools which are situated and categorized in the draw tools. And the next category of tools is the modify. In the modify tools, these are the sub tools that is used to modify your object This first one is the move, then copy, then stretch, rotate, mirror, scale, trim, palette, array, erase, then exclude, and then is the offset. And you can also customize these tools as per your requirements. So the first one is the move, and as you are familiar in the other commonly used software, by means of move, you want to move your object from one location to another. So if I want to draw a circle and want to move, so click on the circle and then draw a specified circle. Now to apply these tools, these modified tools first, you have to select the object. So first I have to select the object and then click on the move. So when I click on the move in the command line, it requires to specify the base point. So I want to click there, this should be the base point is the center of the circle. Now in the command line, it asks to specify the next second point where you want to move your circle. So by arbitrary I want to move to here. So the circle has been moved from here to here. So this is the function of this move tool available in the modify tools. The next one is the copy. As you know, first you have to select the object and then click on the copy, and in the command line now it requires to specify the base point. So I want to be the base point is the circle, center of the circle. Now it requires to specify the second point where you want to copy this object. So I have to click here, I want to, so you can copy your object as per your desired location by clicking on that point or location where you want to copy. So this is the function of the copy tool available in the modify tool. The next one is the stretch, means to stretch any your object. So first you have to select the object and then click on the stretch. Specify the base point in which is a requirement in the command line. So this is the base point. Now you have to specify the second point. This is second, so you have moved it from here to here, and you can also stretch or resize the object by clicking on these grips. These are the grip points. So through this stretch command tool, you can stretch your object to your desired value. The next tool is the rotate. So by rotate you can rotate your object. So I want to show that how to rotate. So this is a rectangle and I want to rotate. So first we will select the rectangle, means the object, and then click on the rotate. In the command line specify the base point. So I want to be, this is to be base point. Now it requires to specify the rotation angle. So I want to enter to rotate on this direction. So I have to enter -90°. I want to rotate it through -90° in the anti-clockwise direction. So it has been rotated by 90° in this clockwise direction, means in this direction. So this is the function of this rotate tools. In the mirror, so this has been we have to select this and then click on the mirror. So by clicking on the mirror in the command line to specify the first point for the mirror, so I want to be click here, and now it requires to specify the second point, so where you want to make mirror. So I have click arbitrary here, and now this is the mirror of this object. By this, click on this, and then you can mirror and then click and then enter. So now this is the original object and this is the mirror object of this. And the next tool is the scale. So through this you can scale your object to your desired value. Select on the object, then scale, specify base point, we have to click here, and now it requires to specify scale factor. So I want to scale it by 2 and then enter. So it has been scaled by 2. The next tool in the modify tool is the trim. So by trim, so if we have two objects, like this is the one and this is the second, and I want means we want to trim this portion of the this big rectangle. So I have to first select two and then click on the trim. So now this portion this line of the rectangle has been trimmed. Now I want to trim this. So this has been trimmed. I want to trim this. So it has been trimmed. So this is the basic function of the trim. The next tool is the fillet. So by fillet, so first you have to select the object and then click on the fillet. So then first specify the object. So this is the first object and then second object, and this is the first you have to select the object and then click on the fillet, and then these are the different options in the command. So we have to click on the radius, and then we have to provide the radius as 2. So let's if it is an arbitrary value, we select it as 2. So then click enter and then select the object, this, and then this is the next. So it is been, this is the palette of radius 2. So this is the function of this fillet tool. The next one is the array. So by selecting the object and this click on the array. So here now in the command line it requires to specify to select the grep to edit array. So I have to click on the column. So this is the function of the array, and it is normally used for example in case of a beam or in column you have the tiles, and to array those tiles, so by simply using this tool you can array your desired stirrups in a column or in a row, in a number of columns or in number of rows, depending on your requirements. And the next option is the erase. Through erase you can erase your desired object. So if I want to if I want to erase this so I will select and then click on the erase command. So all those which have been selected has been erased from the workspace. The next tool is the exclude. Means if I want to draw an object, this is an object of a polyline. Now it acts as a single object. So if I want to exclude, so this will be acting a separate object, this portion will segment will act a separate object. So first we will select and then we'll click on the exclude. So now every segment means each segment will be act as a separate object. This is the separate, this is separate, this will act separate. So through exclude we can exclude a complex object to different segments. The next tool is the offset. So through this offset, this plays a very important role when working in drawing. So we have to apply the offset. So first we will select the object and then we'll click on the offset. In the command line, we have to provide the offset distance. So I have to by arbitrary I'm going to assume as 2. So then enter. So this is the offset, which is at a distance 2 from here, and now you can click and then so these are the different offset from this circle. This is the offset from this circle by a distance 2, and then this is offset from this inner circle with the distance separation distance 2. So through this offset command you can do your work easily. So this was the different tools available in the modify tools. So till now we have discussed the different tools in the home tab as situated with the draw and situated with the modify. So now till now if you have any questions in these tools, you can ask in the comment section and inshallah I will reply. And the remaining these tools will be discussed in the next video. So keep watching and thank you for watching this video.